Welcome again to another episode of the C-List Villains Podcast, your cultivators of the comic culture. I'm your host, AJ. We've got Luke, Red, and E-Man should be joining us before 9 p.m. if everything goes well. Good evening. Not a lot to talk about, I guess.
Yeah,
this will be a quick one again.
Not much.
Zero things to talk about. Zero.
Just kidding. Let's get right to it. Everyone saw Spider-Man No Way Home.
Not everyone, but the majority of the nerd population that's seen it.
Everyone saw Spider-Man No Way Home. Everyone saw it.
Everybody but their moms.
And their moms. Everyone and their moms saw Spider-Man No Way Home.
All right.
Dude,
most likely
third highest opening weekend of all time. Something crazy like that.
It would have been number one if it wasn't for the pandemic. Are we in a pandemic or whatever? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're in the pandemic.
We're still in it? Okay, we're still in it. All right.
We're tired of it. But it was, man, I'm telling you, my theater was off the chain. And that's it. That's saying a lot coming from a theater full of white people.
Wow. Okay. Mine was bored.
Yeah, people didn't care at all. People were yelling, people were high-fiving, people were cheering, standing up, doing little dances.
Yeah.
It was probably one of the most fun experiences I've had in over a year and a half.
Yeah, I agree.
It was awesome.
Was it everything you expected it to be, and how we kind of not predicted it, but we kind of like we assumed things on our preview show.
Whoa, hold up. Before we start talking, we are spoiling this shit. All right, we are talking about the movie. So if you have not watched Spider-Man No Way Home and you don't want to get spoiled, wait till after watching the movie to watch this, because we are spoiling everything. Yeah, we're going to talk about everything.
What up, Ashton? Yeah, Ashton saw it. Ashton has lots of opinion on it.
Whoa, he does.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but like you were saying, Red, it met my expectations and more.
Okay, and then was it everything that you did when you made your predictions when we saw this thing, the trailer? What did you look back on that video or listen to that podcast and see if you were right?
I don't even remember what I said, but I was probably wrong on half of it. I don't know.
Okay.
The one thing that I did, I don't know if I said it on the show, but when we saw Zendaya falling, I kind of thought it was going to be Andrew Garfield saving her.
Okay.
I suspected. That was my theory.
Redemption?
Yeah. I had a feeling that was going to be it. That was the only other thing that, if I was going to make any predictions, that was probably the main thing.
That was a good call.
But I don't think I actually said it, so it doesn't count. But yeah.
Oh.
Yes, that was a fantastic scene.
Yeah. And we were wrong about two goblins. That was the one thing I remember.
Yeah, but they didn't really. Well,
we said two goblins.
Yeah, because it was a totally different, I guess, head on the second one. We assumed there was the younger version of it. Because we already had 3 Spider-Mans already kind of confirmed here.
Yeah. I just have to say, I need more Andrew Garfield Spider-Man back. I need more Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
You need more Amazing Spider-Man.
Yes, I need more Amazing Spider-Man.
How awesome was that? The height, when Tobey Maguire hyped him up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like, dude, you're amazing.
You're amazing. The hype up, I was like, yes. He said it like 3 times too.
Yeah, I think they're trying to clue in Sony, like, dude, you have to give him his 3rd movie. Like, I've been saying this all along. Andrew Garfield deserves to finish his trilogy.
So I was talking to a friend of mine. We watched it together. he made a good point. If you notice how they did the introductions, so Garfield was in his Spider-Man outfit, and Toby was in his Peter Parker outfit.
Yeah.
And the whole running thing was everyone thinks Toby was a better Peter Parker, and Garfield was a better Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. I've been saying
So
that
they
all along.
introduced them like that.
Yeah.
Saying that all along, and then you had Peter in half, like without his mask on, but in the spider suit, and crying over the death of Aunt May.
Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, this was an origin movie for Tom Holland, because you can't get an older Spider-Man without some kind of tragedy in his life. Somebody has to die in order to move forward to where he has to be in the Marvel universe.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. This is essentially an origin story for him. I think we all kind of assumed that Uncle Ben gave him that speech, but no. In this MCU, it was Aunt May.
Aunt May, baby.
Yeah.
Do we want to go into the Aunt May death now, or do we want to like start from the beginning and build up into that?
All right, let's start from the beginning. I'm cool with that.
Okay, well, let's start where it started off with where we left off at where Peter and MJ, who should be known as Michelle Jones Watson, not Mary Jane, swinging around the city, and then J. Jonah Jameson exposes Peter's identity as Spider-Man.
Yep.
And I think Peter then becomes remorseful about putting his friends in this predicament where everyone is rejecting them, especially going through MIT. Was the school?
Yeah, it was MIT.
Yeah.
MIT,
yeah. So which drives him to go to Doctor Strange and ask him to do the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there wasn't really anything like from that introduction, right? It was just a build up to where they need to be. It's like this is the trouble they're going through now, and this is the story mechanism to make Peter Parker go to Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Then he goes to Doctor Strange.
Well, but before that, he goes to the high school.
Oh, that's right. And everyone has that scene where he's walking through the hallways and everyone's taking a picture of him.
But okay, one of my favorite scenes. The principals.
The trophy scene.
With
JB Smoove and
JB, baby, that's my man.
And the gym teacher, and then like what was it?
Dude, you have JB Smoove,
the academic decathlon teacher.
Yeah, well, then you have Hannibal Buress, who's like one of my favorite comedians, and he's like, Mysterio was right. And then the guy from Silicon Valley, I can never remember his name, with the big glasses.
Oh yeah. He's the teacher, right?
Yeah, he makes like the shrine. He's like, we keep on stopping by and checking it out. Peter's just like, what is going on? But it really kind of sets like the gravity of the situation.
Yeah, people who like Spider-Man and people who don't, and thinking that.
Well, but like he's the most famous person in the world. Like he's not even like he's like the most. I don't even know how to describe that. I mean, I guess it would be like a real celebrity going to.
Well,
going to
yeah, especially that high school. Yeah. He was a nerd friend from Freaks and Geeks as well. Okay, I don't remember watching Freaks and Geeks.
I didn't really watch that show that much.
That was the best one-season show of all time. Maybe next to Firefly. Firefly and Freaks and Geeks.
Okay.
I'll have to check it out. Okay, cool. All right. And then... Okay, you want to take this?
Oh, what were you going to say, Red?
No, go ahead.
One thing we forgot to bring up was how Aunt May pretty much dumped Happy. That was kind of funny.
Oh, that was a bit sad.
It was funny, but it was not unexpected because Aunt May is super independent and Happy is super clingy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why he was Iron Man's right hand man or Tony Stark's right. You know what I mean? He clings.
Yeah, he was there to
He's a
protect
clinger.
him and do everything for him that he needed to get done.
Yeah, and then he transferred all of that energy into Aunt May, and Aunt May is like, I don't want that. I just want a partner, someone who's cool. And it was too much for her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can give that to Morgan Stark. Be that other Guardian. But I guess I'll play into the other Avengers movies.
Wait, who's Morgan Starr?
The daughter of Tony.
Yeah, but she's still too young,
Oh.
though. I mean, she'd be like, what, like maybe 13 now, or 12 or 13.
What's up, Miss So?
Good evening, Miss So.
Miss So,
We are talking about Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah,
Full
spoiler
of
alert.
spoilers, yes.
But the thing is, the death of Aunt May, was it kind of, I mean, the death itself was super emotional. But where was the funeral? We didn't get like a burial,
Oh, well, I mean, the thing is, it's not like Peter would have attended. I mean, I guess he could have, right?
He obviously would have attended, but
No, I think Happy took care of it while Peter was away, and then what do you call it? Then Doctor Strange put the spell on everybody to forget about Peter Parker being Spider-Man, and I think he came days after the burial.
because it's one of those things where, like, if Spider-Man's aunt dies tragically, like, everybody's coming, not like just people, but all the surviving Avengers are coming. You know what I mean? Any superhero that knows him is coming. So maybe that's why they didn't do it, to be like, they would have had to pull in all these people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the weird thing, okay? So, and we're getting a little bit of ahead of ourselves. We're jumping everywhere, but it doesn't matter. If Strange put a spell that everyone forgets that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, but no one forgets about Spider-Man, doesn't that mean that at least they would still know that Aunt May has a nephew named Peter?
No, then no one would know who Aunt May was as far as like the relation to.
Then how would Happy?
The first spell that would have been the case. The first one where he was just trying to do it, but the second one was the all-encompassing one.
What up, Nelson? What up, Devin? Herbs.
Nelson for Big Time Collectibles is on. What's up? We're talking Spider-Man No Way Home.
Well, Happy did mention that he knew Aunt May through Spider-Man, but no one should know who Aunt May is within the Avengers or association other than Happy, since Happy was currently dating her or broke up with her.
Yeah. What did you guys think? I mean, after the whole high school scene, then we move into the when Peter goes to meet Doctor Strange to get that spell cast, which is a complete F up. And then we cut to the whole MIT, whether or not they got in or not. And then they obviously all don't get in. And that's when Peter goes and pretty much meets the admissions lady, right?
Right.
The freeway.
I recognized her. She's actually on the first season of CSI Vegas. She runs the show.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. That's how I instantly recognize her. And if you caught it, when her license plate on her car indicates the first appearance of Doc Ock, which shows 63 ASM-03.
Okay.
I was like, that was the only Easter egg I really found. Is
Oh, I didn't catch that Easter egg. I saw another license plate, but that I didn't catch. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'll credit that one to Mr. Dan Durante. He's the one who pointed it out.
That's
Definitely
awesome.
the good catch.
All right. Thank you, Dan Durante. What do you guys think about that first battle, the three-way battle with Doc Ock and Spider-Man?
Hold on, let's see. What did Devin say? Wong basically saying, "I'm out. Don't involve me." Yeah, that's really an allusion to what's really going to happen. Like everything that Doctor Strange does, since he's not the Sorcerer Supreme currently, that he's bound to fuck up somehow. he's like what? Like the Ferris Bueller of the Sector Santorum right now, so he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Who? You talking about Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Dr. Steven. No. Sir.
Sir.
No, still feels weird.
Shout out to GC Pumps. I don't think we've ever had them on the show, so thank you for coming on.
I mean, can we just say those little quips? That's quintessential MCU, right? So you're in the heat of battle and something's happening, and then Stephen Strange goes, "Nope, still feels weird."
Like Scooby Doo this shit, please.
The MCU is so awesome.
Yeah, but what about the first battle? What did you guys think about it?
First battle with Doc Ock. Great to see him in action again, and I still have mixed feelings about it. It's like, okay, it's just another battle with but with a your one of your iconic villains in the universe. But yeah, it was just a small little appetizer before you got to the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
But we got to see how smart Doc Ock's tentacles are, how they absorb the nanobots from the spider suit.
Yeah, and I thought at that point it was going to be game over, but no, it was a twist because since he did that, Parker was able to control the arms.
Tentacles. Yeah.
So that was a bit of a twist that I did not expect.
Yeah, you figure it was already over when he took part of the suit that he's kind of powerless against Doc Ock. But yeah, that's Tony Stark technology for you there.
Yeah. One thing that I have to say is the de-aging wasn't as bad as I thought, because initially it looked like Alfred Molina's de-aging was pretty bad, but as I'm watching it, it really wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't that noticeable.
Yeah. And Willem Dafoe looked great. I mean, I don't know if there was. I mean, I don't know if I think it's the yoga that he practices, but he looked really young still.
He stole the show. I mean, it really was. I would say Tom, Benedict Cumberbatch, and Willem Dafoe. Those three, wow, they stole the show.
You don't think? I don't know. For me, it was Andrew that stole the show.
Well, yeah,
that's the second half though. That's or the third act.
Yeah, that's like Act 2.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, at the beginning, then of course it should go to Willem Dafoe because.
I mean, are we going there? Are we moving on to Act 2? Because let me tell you, Act 2, I was dead. I was dead. Seriously.
Well, okay, so we got the freeway battle, and then Doctor Strange pretty much tells the Spider Gang to Scooby Doo that shit, and then they're able to Scooby Doo everyone and get everyone except for we'll lead into this later on, but the one person that they didn't grab was Venom, who actually didn't cause any chaos. He was just sitting in the bar, but we'll talk about that at the end, I guess, right?
Yep, just where you ended up having to be at the end.
Yeah. And then they capture them. Doctor Strange is like, all right, we got to send them back. Peter's no, because they're all going to die. And Doctor Strange is like, dude, that's what we got to do. This is
where it irks me, where but Peter is such a good guy that he wants to help these people. Because Aunt May also saying that you got to help Green Goblin because he's somehow lost, and like, dude, why don't if Peter had listened to Stephen Strange at the onset of what he had to do to these people to send them back, then we wouldn't have a story. But it's
True.
just that this whole trope of trying to save everybody, it's getting a little bit tiresome.
Yeah.
Okay, my argument to that is, I think Tom Holland, Peter Parker, didn't. He thought he could save everyone because he never had any consequences.
Oh, good call.
There was
Right.
never any consequences.
Other than the snap, I mean.
Other than the snap, but I mean that was kind of like there was nothing he can that didn't. I mean, it affected people that he loved directly, but it didn't affect him directly, right?
Right.
Yeah, he's been bulletproof since Captain America: Civil War.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right. So everything that he's done so far, he's stayed clear of the danger or how it affects everybody.
Exactly. Yeah. And now he knows that certain decisions could lead to negative consequences, whether those decisions were of good intent, right?
Yep. Correct.
Yeah. And then let's talk about that little Inception battle. That was kind of cool. I gotta say, I kind of dug that. When they were going into those multiple dimensions and all that stuff.
That was just the mirror dimension.
Yeah, mirror dimension. That's right.
Yeah. That was just the mirror dimension. But he managed to lock Doctor Strange in that dimension, and then in order for him to take off with the, I don't know, it's not a cosmic cube, I guess the cube that holds the fucked up spell.
Yeah.
Even after what Devin mentioned was the mystical wrist thing that that went with his I guess his inside out outfit, because remember there was a big green stain on his red and blue tights, so he turned it inside out, which looked pretty good. And then Doctor Strange gave him the mystical powers in order to capture these loose villains by a single shot.
Yeah. Oh, we got a question from Sinister Titan. How did Electro come through when he didn't know Peter Parker was Spider-Man? I think that they can skirt around that by saying that that was, you don't need to know Peter Parker per se, but maybe just like have a vendetta against Spider-Man as a character, I guess. That's how I would answer that question, I would think.
You got a question from Nelson as well.
Do you think the MCU Venom will be a Spanish bartender? Maybe. Because at the end, right? At the very end, when the ooze is left at the bar.
I mean, that's how Carnage came to be, right?
Yeah.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Someone that I was talking to, they told me that maybe they thought that bartender was going to end up being like Topher Grace, because they didn't show his face right away. So it was going to be like both Eddie Brock's like meeting at the same time.
That would have been nice. That would have been a nice throwback right there.
Who's another Venom in the Venomverse who had the Venom, or like a symbiote?
Other than Dylan Brock,
Agent Venom,
Flash.
I mean, that would be crazy if Flash Thompson. This MCU Flash Thompson got the symbiote.
Yeah, but with the oncoming Secret Wars storyline coming up, I think that's the only way to get Spider-Man the symbiote suit, was to leave a little piece of Venom in this universe.
So does Tom go to Mexico then to take a little big?
That or somehow the little piece of snot ends up somewhere in New York.
Yeah, it's gonna travel. I think the way they led into it was, remember at the end of that Venom movie that came out, the symbiote is like licking the screen, right? Because there's an attraction to Spider-Man. So when Eddie Brock goes back to his own universe, that little symbiote is going to look for Tom Holland. That's my theory.
Yeah, that's most likely what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
He's
gonna hunt him down.
but it may have like some kind of attraction or some kind of pull.
Yeah. But let's get right back into Doctor Strange, Spider-Man fight. Spider-Man doesn't defeat him, but gets him locked in that mirror dimension, and they're trying to figure out ways to save the villains that are in their little prison. Spider-Man releases them, which is fucking stupid, but okay, whatever. All right. He releases them, takes them to Happy's apartment, where they all try to find cures for all their, I guess, mutations or whatever you want to call it, right?
Oh, what makes them bad?
Yeah, what makes them bad?
Yeah, because his theory was if he takes away that power or that trait, that when they come back to their original dimension, that Spider-Man wouldn't kill him anymore.
I mean, theoretically, but we don't know that, because like if they got teleported mid-death or right at the second that they were going to die, it could be too little too late.
Right, but then you teleport Tobey Maguire, Peter Parker, he's already in the mid-40s. Like, how do you explain that? Because there's a big gap between.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I don't know.
I don't know. Of Doc Ock and then middle-aged Spider-Man.
I didn't think about that. Well, I mean, time works different ways, because we had two villains from the Toby verse and we had two villains from the Garfield verse, two different timelines. So it's all
different timelines, but also
jumbled together.
Multiple universes
and multiple timelines.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It probably wouldn't be the same actual Tobey Maguire then, or Peter Parker from that, but it's same branch same branch but different little parts of the tree, or something like that.
Let's talk about. I like the Tom Holland spider sense, where like he's kind of walking around and feels something really weird at Happy's apartment, and he figures out that Norman is crazy.
Like, he's been playing them all along.
Yeah.
Why didn't that kick in early?
No, I don't think he was playing him all along. I think the evil version took over, and that's when he sensed it. I think the good Osborn was there while the evil Osborn was sitting passenger, waiting for his time to take over.
Well, so whatever triggered him was Doc Ock talking to him, saying how he died and how Spider-Man killed him, and that's when he switched traits or personalities.
No, I think that the whole time, evil Osborn was just lying in wait for the right moment to take over.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's how I was taking it, but who knows, right? We'll never really get an answer, I guess.
Okay, aggressively relaxing says, when we meet Peter 1, will he be Ben Reilly?
When we meet Peter 1, will he be? What does he mean by Peter 1?
I don't think the AR watch the movie or not.
I don't know. I don't even know what that means. Sorry, aggressive relaxing.
I think he's assuming that. Well, I'm assuming he hasn't watched the movie, so he doesn't know what happened. But unless he's joking about, when we do meet another Spider-Man with Ben Reilly.
Yeah. Sinister Titan is. I love the scene when Green Goblin. Oh yeah, dude, that was crazy. I mean, that that was a better. I mean, that fight in the complex was. I mean, it was brutal. Like Goblin was going ham, and like there's that point when Holland Peter was beating him, and all he was doing was cackling. It was like very Joker-esque. I don't know if you guys remember that part.
Yeah. He wants the punishment that way. That turns Peter Parker into something he's not meant to be, and like a killer.
Yeah.
Same thing. What Joker did to Batman, to Christian Bale's Batman.
Okay, I think I understand what I think Legion of Comics kind of put a little more sense to it. Do y'all think he'll be going by Ben Reilly in the future since MCU is kind of doing their own thing? It would be a good chance to go that route. Hasn't been done yet. So essentially saying, do you think, I guess, Peter Parker is going to change his name to Ben Reilly? I don't know.
Oh, that would be a good storyline then, but kind of hard to pull that one off.
How so, Red?
Because you already known either Toby or Andrew as Peter Parker, and they're not clones unless they make their own clone in order for them to like function as Peter Parker, and then someone needs to be Spider-Man.
Oh, I was kind of thinking that maybe I thought he was trying to say, do you think Tom Holland is going to change his name to like Ben Reilly for some reason? I don't think he needs to though, because no one knows who he is. So
yeah,
he wouldn't need to.
Yeah. My question is, and we're jumping a little bit ahead of ourselves, but okay, why doesn't he tell Doctor Strange at the end, like, this is what I had you do? I don't understand, like, why I can understand why he kept it from MJ and Ned, but I mean, he could tell Doctor Strange, like, hey, this is what you did, man. He's got to, I mean, he's got to tell someone, right?
What are you talking about? You lost me.
When Peter Parker, everyone forgot that Spider-Man is Peter Parker, right?
Okay.
And now he's kind of like just doing his own thing. I mean, he could tell Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange would believe him.
Yes and no. You still want to keep that mystery of Spider-Man for the next storyline, because
That's true. Yeah.
You know, we already went through this trouble when, with I guess the first Civil War, where when Tony Stark made him choose and gave him the Iron Spider suit, or he had to go reveal himself, and that whole mess. And so he's already experiencing the consequences of those actions. About people knew your identity, people who are close to you are going to get hurt.
Yeah. Herbs is making a good point. He wants to go at it solo. No more safety.
Ned.
He doesn't want anyone to know to protect. That's true. Yeah. All right.
But
let's get to.
Does that also mean we're jumping ahead? But does that also mean that he doesn't need the Stark Tech suit anymore? That he's going slowly on spider senses and
I hope so. Spider-Man, Peter Parker is more fun without Stark Tech.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Stark Tech suit.
Yeah. It's not fun to watch him.
Okay, so does that mean because they did this that they don't need to pigeonhole Peter Parker as the next Tony Stark of the Avengers? We're keeping him as just Peter Parker Spider-Man. So someone else will have to step up as the Tony Stark.
I think so.
Gonna be Riri Williams or
are you talking about? Okay, let me ask you. When you say step up, are you saying to have that role as like the mech guy or leadership role?
Both.
Leadership role. They've got a ton of characters that they could pull into, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could literally say that Clint is going to take the leadership role. You could say that Captain Marvel will take the leadership role, right? You could say Thor might take the leadership role, right? I mean, who knows?
Oh yeah.
And as far as the tech, yeah, they're gonna bring Riri in, so they're gonna have their tech mech person eventually,
Well, tech
probably
mech
sooner than
and
later.
their genius. They need someone at a genius level
Yeah,
to figure things out.
yeah. All right, well, let's just get right into it. You know, we've done a lot of all the other talk, but let's just talk about the three Spider-Man and how we all felt.
Before that they were brought in. Remember, this is when Aunt May gets killed by Green Goblin, where after Peter Tingle sensed that
Oh yeah,
Green
okay.
Goblin was up to no good. It ensues this battle inside Happy's condo, and brings J. Jonah Jameson to put all this stuff on TV. And all the villains escape after Green Goblin kills Aunt May.
So what do you want to talk about? How you
Aunt
felt
May
about
gives
Aunt
the
May dying?
speech. Aunt May gives a speech where because for every Spider-Man, I guess origin story, there has to be a tragedy that happens to him in order for him to step up to the next level of Spiderhood. Right?
Yep. He's done with
Yeah.
high school. Time to move on.
We'll get there, E-Man. Ned Magic is next. Ned Magic. We're waiting for you to come back.
Well,
on.
I mean, okay, so what are you guys' thoughts on Aunt May dying then? Luke, why don't you go first?
I honestly I didn't like it.
Wow, really?
I didn't like. I liked the concept of it, but I don't like. I want more Marissa Tomei.
Yes.
I don't want Marissa Tomei gone. I want more Marissa Tomei. She was the best. So I was bummed to see her go, but I don't think she could have gone in a more fitting way. It was so epic. It was epic. It was the perfect send off for her.
Yeah, because they didn't really use her as much in the last film, because it was over. I guess they're in Europe, but she was meant to be a bigger character in this trilogy than any other Aunt May was, and it didn't really materialize into it.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, the other two Aunt Mays, they actually had more of a role in the other Spider-Man movies.
They were more the nurturing type and also protected Peter. And yes, Mark, I'd watch The Wrestler over and over again just to see more Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, no, The Wrestler is obviously one of the greatest movies.
And that or My Cousin Vinny.
Man, I'm watching A Different World. What you talking about, dude? What you talking about? You want to get some real Marissa Tomei love? Watch Different World. Watch that one romantic comedy with Robert Downey Jr. Whatever that one was, I forgot that movie.
No, consequential. I mean, the most epic Marissa Tomei movie was My Cousin Vinny. That's bar none.
Well, and this is where Legion's theory of if they're going to bring in Ben Reilly, it would be a good time to. I mean, that honestly could be the next movie where, the clone comes in and they do the Clone Wars, and then,
Oh my God! Can you imagine
the Clone Saga?
If they do the Clone Saga and how everyone hated those '90s books, and then the value of everyone's going to try to sell those the whole fucking storyline for like $100 each issue. Each issue of the Clone Wars is going to be $100 book when like it's still $1 book right now, right?
Yeah.
I would honestly, if you could get first appearance of Ben Reilly, because him and Peter end up becoming don't they end up becoming like best friends, and they kind of like help each other out, and it's a whole thing.
I thought it was more of a rivalry.
Well, it was a rivalry at first, but then it kind of, they really become I think they become best friends, and then, the Scarlet Spider is a huge part of the Spider-Man lore, even though no one really likes the Scarlet Spider right now.
Yeah.
But that'll be more of a Sony standalone film and not really involved with MCU.
Yeah.
Right?
Legion of Comics is out here saying, with Ben Riley, gives you free reign to retcon whatever you want from the films without starting over. That's true. That's true.
Nelson, I'm still looking for that file, so I'll get you Spider-Man. No One's Home. I'll find it.
All right. Herbs has got a quick question. Well, I don't know if it's that quick, but I know who Ben Riley is, but for those that might not, question mark. Well, to sum it up, Ben Riley was supposed to be Peter Parker's replacement, where they were trying to say that Peter Parker was the clone. Then fans got pissed, so Marvel had to rewrite it where Ben Riley was a clone, and then they killed off. Did they kill off Ben Riley? They did, right?
Ooh, I can't remember if he's.
I can't
Because they killed
remember.
off Peter. I mean, they've killed
Yeah.
off all of them many
So
times.
I think they killed him off after the Clone Wars saga or sometime after, but now he's back.
Yeah, they've
but
all
yeah.
died and resurrected. He's
That's
a
the
clone
short
anyway.
end of
Just
that
make
story.
another
Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
made him?
he-
Was it the Jackal that made Ben Riley?
Oh man,
I think
I
it was
can't
the
remember.
Jackal.
I think it was. Yeah.
It's 616. Let's see.
Oh, Devlin's out here. Yeah. Well, okay. All right. Oh wait, are we done on the Mercer to May death?
Yeah, we
May
can
death?
move on to Ned Magic.
All right.
Move on to Ned Magic.
Well, quick question. They need them for Spider-Verse. Okay. Do you think after watching this, like, I kind of feel like this was Spider-Verse and it's gonna be really hard to top this?
Okay, Ben Riley was made by the Jackal.
Okay. Are you looking that up right now or what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I want a Spider-Verse movie. Too many moving pieces, I think.
The best person at the helm right now could make it happen.
I mean, this movie had 10 leading actors. This-
Oh, wait. You know what? Before we even talk about Ned Magic, they really redeemed. This is Jamie Foxx's redemption. I mean, thank God they redeemed Electro.
Fantastic, man. Loved his acting was on point. The animation was on point. Everything was on point about Electro. I loved Electro in this movie.
I did too. Yeah. God, man. I'm sure that he loved the fact that he got to redeem himself. I mean, not that it was his fault how they portrayed him in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, but they really did him justice in this one now.
Right, and remember, he walked away with the arc reactor in order for him to become who he is at the end.
Oh, he still had it on him?
Yeah, he had the arc reactor.
Okay.
That's how he powered up. So
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on. After Aunt May's death, then the Scooby Doo gang.
yeah, we were at Ned's grandma's house, who we know is Filipino, and we go through this whole 5-minute scene, and supposed to be, it would have been more helpful for everybody if there was like subtitles instead of Ned just doing the actual translations. But they didn't help my theory at all because a bunch of white people can't understand Tagalog, but I can't blame them. But yeah, because I was the only one laughing. Again,
It didn't really.
It's a waste of jokes.
Yeah, it didn't move the movie at all.
Yeah, it didn't move the movie at all. But I guess
Yeah.
this is for the international audience that loves Spider-Man, mostly Filipinos, I guess.
Yeah.
Worked out.
But yeah, Ned Magic, doing this whole thing. Find Peter Parker,
It was a little silly, but it got the job done.
It did.
When they showed Andrew Garfield, right? Did everyone have that big gasp after they realized that that's not Holland?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Huge cheer.
Yeah.
Monstrous cheer in the theater.
Yeah, we got the same reaction.
But was that the scene where like any, I guess is the iconic cover where Spider-Man leaves the suit at the dumpster? Because
It looked like it.
that's what I see is in this little silhouette before he walked into
It looked like
Yeah.
it, but it did look like that. Yeah.
He was right by the dumpster,
Yeah.
and he did not look super happy.
He looked
Oh, he
confused.
did it? I can't remember.
He looked confused.
Yeah,
I guess
did look-
he was searching for reason why he's in this dimension, because he did
Yeah.
get pulled in.
So everyone claps. Everyone's like, "Oh shit, it's Andrew Garfield." Ned does his other find Peter Parker.
Oh no! Before that, he had to prove who he was, because he's saying he's Peter Parker. So they make MJ makes him do all these tests, like to prove that he's Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's a flat joke though. That wasn't very funny.
Yeah, but it was kind of needed in order for you to be, to remember like how good Andrew Garfield was as Amazing Spider-Man.
Okay, I'll give you that. Then again, like I said, they pulled the next Peter Parker, Toby, and then there's a spider off. I don't know what you want to call it. A standoff between the two spiders, right? Where they're both shooting their webs at each other and doing their flippy flips.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, but just to show off who's who.
Yeah.
And then they, I guess like the scene that really like stuck out the most was at the lab where they find out two of them has to have the web shooters versus Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. It grows out of his wrist.
Yeah.
They give him this shit
funny.
where it's like, how does that feel? Like, do you make your own web? like he jacks off with it or something.
Whoa, all right. Let's not go there, Red.
Like, does it come out of every other orifice?
But yeah, so
Yes,
they
did. I did catch that. There was like, web coming out of the penis joke. A little bit subtle though.
there was a subtle joke in that. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah. So eventually, they both are able to convince the Scooby-Doo gang that they are Peter Parkers from various dimensions, and then they find Tom Holland, Peter Parker, at what was it? Where would I be? Yeah, if I was if I needed to be alone, right? Wasn't that what they were going to say?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where they all three Peters meet. Pretty touching scene.
Yeah, but it's not like like on Endgame where everybody came out of a portal right before the big Thanos fight. That was really epic. This one was introducing two Peter Parkers or three Peter Parkers together, and it's more subtle. Like they're just trying to ease into it.
Yeah.
Like, was that a better way to introduce the characters, or were you expecting more of like big surprise and big action sequence?
Okay, honestly, I literally thought that they were just going to come at the end with no rhyme or reason. They just end up coming at the end. Like there's hints that there's other Spider-Man around, but they just come at the end and help Peter, and then they don't explain.
That
what
would have
happened.
been a shitty movie.
It would have been, yes. The subtle introductions. This was far better.
It was perfect. It could not have been handled better.
And so
Nelson says that's one of the no one. Yeah, actually, that would be on that version of Spider-Man.
what?
No, we're talking about another Spider-Man movie.
Okay.
X-rated.
All right. E-Man's out here telling us we lost our shit when all three of them pointed at you. Yep, we were just gonna go into that lab scene. They pulled that off. Let's talk about that lab scene. One thing I loved was the Ned when Ned asked Toby, "Do you have a best friend or who's your best friend in your world?" And Toby's like, "He's dead. He killed me, or he tried. I had to kill him after he found out my identity."
And then they asked Andrew the same thing. So it's a perfect allusion to what's going to happen with Ned Leeds as Hobgoblin, I guess.
He didn't ask Andrew that though.
Yeah, I think he did.
No, because Andrew didn't have a best friend.
No, the other Green Goblin guy. That guy. I thought they were best friends.
Yeah, but they didn't. Well, they didn't really hint. They didn't really. No, I don't think they really were best friends.
It
But
kind of
yeah.
seems like they're pulling Ned into the sanctum, though.
Yeah.
Rather than the Hobgoblin.
Yeah, it does. It does. There is some hint of maybe Ned's going to be a sorcerer at some point. All I know is if they make Ned in the comic books a sorcerer, then you better pick up those first appearances. So yeah.
Well, there's going to be a lot of books that people should be picking up because of this movie.
Yeah.
But we'll go over that soon.
But yeah, the lab scene was amazing. The pointing at each other, and Andrew telling everyone how he was able to cure Dr. Connors, right? Didn't he say that?
Yeah.
He was kind of bragging about how smart he was.
Well, before that, at the condo where it kind of all started, where Tom Holland Spider-Man started on Doc Ock, replacing the chip inhibitor on his metallic or his
Oh, that's right.
arm.
He was able to cure him first.
Yeah, so that will play in the end because in order to fight, I guess even teams, 3 Spider-Man plus Doc Ock versus Sandman, Lizard, Green Goblin, and Electro.
See, the thing is, I don't get like Sandman was all wishy-washy about going bad and going good.
He's just frustrated.
Yeah, I can understand him. I think he was honestly probably one of the most sane. He kept his sanity. And like when he got mad at Peter Parker, like I felt that anger of like it was kind of justified.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He was waiting to go home, and he wanted to be cured so he can at least have a chance to go back home and be with his kid.
Yeah. Anyways, they make all the antidotes. Oh, okay. Here's one thing I wanted to ask you guys. So going back to the battle with Green Goblin in the apartment, Aunt May stabs Norman in the neck with the serum, and it didn't work the first time. Is that what we surmise? It didn't work that time.
Yeah, I didn't understand that either. It wasn't the correct serum, or it was they had to make it differently or something. I don't know. Why didn't it work?
Yeah,
wasn't enough.
Yeah, you think they would have explained that in the lab? Where like,
yeah, but Tom Holland didn't have the smarts to figure out maybe what Tobey Maguire Spider-Man are figured out or something like that, or Andrew Garfield.
Oh, yeah, because they said they've been working on it for a long time. Yeah.
Out of the 3, who do you think is the smartest Peter?
Tobey
Maguire,
yeah.
Is it because he's got the years on everyone?
I think so, but also it just seems like he's the smartest.
I'll have to disagree. I'll go with Andrew in this one because he had more of the scientific background.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's a good.
Tobey would be more engineering because he did.
Oh, that's very true. Yeah, Tobey was more of the engineer. Yeah,
but he became more of a photographer when it came down to like career. But he dabbled in it enough in order to be considered like Doc Ock's equal, I guess, in the second movie.
Yeah. Legion of Comics is agreeing with you. Garfield for sure, that was his thing. That's what was different with his Spidey.
Well, I'm not talking about like scientific. I'm talking about overall intelligence.
Oh, like IQ.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I'd still say Toby.
Let's go.
The
I don't
Toby
know.
Stark.
It's definitely not Tom Holland because
He hasn't
No,
matured yet.
he's taking the GED.
Yeah, like he skipped school because of Tony.
He's not. Tom Holland. The Tom Holland Spider-Man is not. He's got a different kind of smarts.
Yeah,
And Tony Stark kind of fucked him actually.
exactly. He gave him the tools to use, and those tools did the stuff for him, like making that second suit in Far From Home, and doing the analyzations of the stuff to cure the villains with. So yeah, he had a lot of help.
yeah, big time. Well, I don't know about this big time. Big time is saying Tom Holland. I don't know, man. He acted kind of stupid in a lot of scenes. I mean, the whole thing with when he was interrupting Doctor Strange on the first spell, that was pretty dumb. That still irks me, you know. I know that we needed that to move the movie, but that was kind of stupid.
Well, but Strange starting the spell before having even the most basic conversation. He's
Okay.
like, what do you want to do? I want everyone to forget me. And I'm starting the spell, and I'm starting this. Like, dude, like, just have a 10-second conversation.
Let it happen.
about it.
That's true. All right. Doctor Strange, for being a surgeon, a top surgeon back in his former life, that was kind of a dumb move. He just was like, all right, let's just start this spell.
Hey, Herbs,
Why
even
did he
even
have
Mark
a
Zuckerberg went
conversation?
to not Stanford, but Harvard. Go ahead, Luke. Sorry.
I'm so confused. And then, I mean, I guess it's, you know, if you say which member of the MCU has the most hubris out of everyone, it would be. I mean, Stephen Strange is at the very top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I give that to Stephen Strange. Then Tony Stark.
Yeah, then Tony. But I mean, Doctor Strange is like, nobody is above me. And honestly, it kind of feels like the MCU is making him the most powerful member of the MCU. Doesn't it kind of feel that way? Even though I know Tom kind of got him sped up in a little bit.
But that'll play into the multiverse of madness. You kind of need that kind of Doctor Strange to have that hubris, because now spoiler alert, he's gonna have to battle evil sorcerer Doctor Strange on the next movie.
I think Doctor Strange thinks he's the strongest character, but is he actually? I don't know about that.
Well, from the what ifs though, and that's what we have to talk about at the end is, are they connecting the what ifs?
It looks like it.
It looks like it.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's gonna happen. What's up, James?
But yeah, you want to go right into the battle? Should we just go right into the battle?
Are we forgetting anything in between that?
No. I mean, they did the little formulas things, and they had a little game plan. They're getting nope. Yeah. Then they figured out we need to lead the villains somewhere, right?
Okay,
And that's
all right.
when Holland does his little speech.
All right, so this is what's set up, I think, in Hawkeye episode 1, where we see the Statue of Liberty with the shield, I guess,
Yeah.
and also the Avengers or the
Hold up, Brad. Hold up, Brad.
What?
We got E-Man in the house.
there he is.
What's up?
There he is.
What's up?
Man.
What it do, my
What's
dudes?
going on, man?
All right, I know you got a lot to talk about.
I was listening to the whole podcast from point A to point B, and I was able to just I got home just in time, just in time to be at the tail end of this conversation. Man, there is just so much to talk about, and I wish I was here from the very beginning. So let's start from the beginning, guys. So, what do you guys think?
Whoa!
We're already getting the action.
Wait.
And Devin, yes, we should talk about what the figures were in the Rift, but in my theater I couldn't get enough of the actual, I guess, panoramic view. Everything seemed to be blurry for me, so I didn't see anything.
Oh, damn! Really?
I saw figures in the Rift, which I was thinking could be Celestials, and that's what I wanted to bring up with you
No.
guys,
There
too.
was Rhino in there, and I think the first
Voltron. Yeah,
Rhino was there. Rhino, classic Rhino was there, and I think the first one was supposed to be Craven.
Okay, because I saw someone there with a staff, what looked like a staff. It almost.
I think that was supposed to be Craven.
Oh,
No.
okay.
And then someone
That's-
told
that's
me,
Aquaman.
someone said that they saw Black Cat in the Rift.
Jason Momoa.
Ooh.
Jason Momoa. Huh?
Jason
Jason
Momoa.
Alicia.
There's a lot happening in the Rift, but we're not really fully sure if that's even tied into what's happening in Loki's world. This feels like it's something new, something out of the different Rift that we discovered in Loki's TV show, right?
This was a Nexus event, but I think it wasn't clipped by the VTA. It was done. It was closed up by Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange did it, yeah.
But the TVA has already been broken up, right? Aren't we under the assumption that the TVA is already broken up by this time because of what happened?
I think it's got to be, because if it wasn't, they would have definitely fixed this, right?
Yeah. This would have been, there would not have been an Andrew or a Toby in this world if the TVA wasn't involved.
But then, where's the Watcher?
Well, look what happened in What If.
Watcher don't give a fuck, dude. He just watches shit, man. He's not.
Watcher was throwing down, dude. He was saving other worlds.
Watcher was watching like he always does.
Yeah, but even he mentioned when Captain America went back in time to go return the stone. He didn't intervene, but he intervenes with the other stuff because something went wrong and they had to go grab Doctor Strange from another universe to close things up.
He intervened with the other stuff because that was going to destroy everything.
He had to intervene because what's his name? Infinity Ultron was in the Watcher's world. Like, he was directly affecting the Watcher, so that's why the Watcher had to step in.
And the Watcher's probably like, I'm fucked. I'm gonna die if I don't step in. So
okay.
So yeah, the whole Nexus event does definitely work into this, but I think we have to assume it's because the TVA is broken up because we found out the truth.
Right.
Yeah.
So Toby and Andrew weren't pruned. They went back to their original dimension and time.
No, they weren't pruned at all. They wouldn't have been pruned either.
Yeah. But yeah, E-Man, we were just leading into the battle. I love they were like, who's Spider-Man 1, who's Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3.
Before that, I loved how they were in the lab and Ned looks up and it's like, Peter, and all three of them were like, huh? Oh wait, which one? Is he talking to you? And they all did that Spider-Man
pointing
where they were all pointing. I and like 14 other people like on the other side of the movie theater were like, yes, they did it. I was juiced about that.
Before that, what was your reaction during the Lola scene?
The what? Oh God, I was like, yes, I loved it. Mimi was like, so what is she saying? I'm like, I don't know, but she's speaking Tagalog. It's all good. That's what matters to me. We got representation in this movie. That was funny. And then how she's like, okay, good night.
I'm going to bed.
Well, sige na, I'm going away now. You clean up the mess you did over there. The Lola scene was hilarious to me. I loved it so much. And I think it was done just right too. Because that's how a Lola would be. That's how a Filipino grandmother would be, just like that. Who are these people? Huh?
It went on a little too long, like a minute or two
clean up your
long.
mess. Yeah, okay. I can see why you would say that, AJ. Okay, so AJ is kind of hard to impress. So yes, I can understand how the Lola scene went on a little too long.
He's ashamed of being Filipino, probably.
I'm not ashamed, but it went on. You gotta admit, it was like a minute or too long. That's all I'm saying.
It was fun to
Here's the only fake thing about that scene is that she did not offer them food.
That's
I was like, it's a Filipino grandmother. She's gonna offer them some food. Like,
this guy knows. This guy right here knows. No, you know what else was fake? This is honestly okay. Let me bring up. Since we're talking about fake stuff real fast. The worst part of this movie, I have to just bring up, and I don't know if you guys agree or disagree, but this is my opinion. The worst part about this movie, since we're talking about the fake things, is Ned's wig. That thing bothered me. That bothered me so bad. That was the most terrible thing that I've seen was his wig, because I know he's bald. Like he shaves his head bald, and that wig looked horrible.
Why couldn't he just grow his hair?
I don't know. I think that's his thing.
Yeah, I don't
Or
know.
wait, are you guys Filipino? No, we're Malaysian. So you can okay, but
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Tropic Thunder, where they gave Ben Stiller that straw wig.
you make me happy.
Hey, okay, Devin's talking about the sacred timeline and being pruned. I've got this whole theory about the sacred timeline and how it's like the TVA was only for Loki, and you know what I mean? The prunings would only send all the Lokis. I've got this whole thing, so I don't even think they're messing with anybody else because it's just
you know what?
it's
That's
just
a good
Kang
theory.
messing with Loki.
It could be, yeah.
How can you
Wait,
isolate
what? That
in
it's
the
only
multiverse?
affecting Loki?
I think the TVA. I think Kang made the TVA only for Loki. To like the sacred timeline really doesn't have to do with anybody. He's only.
He doesn't care about anyone else other than Loki.
What about Scarlet Witch?
Oh, but she hasn't really been proven to be a part of that event just yet. You know, I'm hoping to get a little bit more out of season 2 of Loki and Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. But I'm hoping they do tie it in a little bit.
Doctor Strange does recruit Scarlet Witch at that second post-credit scene.
But Red, what does Scarlet Witch have to do with? Because you said, what about Scarlet Witch? Scarlet Witch has nothing to do with
the Scarlet Witch, where she hears her kids in the background somewhere, and she went to go get them, even though they weren't real to begin with. So somewhere in the universe, they're real.
But that was in the Hex.
That has nothing to do with Loki, though.
It doesn't seem like it does. In a way, that trailer kind of confirmed that everything that happened in the Hex was all her doing. That was her construction. So that has nothing to do. It feels like it has nothing to do with the sacred timeline, multiverses, any of that. That was just a little world that Wanda created out of sorrow.
Okay, so that wasn't her Nexus event. That's the only Nexus events happening in the Loki universe right now.
I don't think it had anything to do with any kind of Nexus event, because she didn't open up any timeline to screw up any other timelines other than create a completely different world within a world. But she didn't create a new timeline.
Good point. Okay.
Devin does make a good point. There are other artifacts from different worlds, and Throg was there. But Throg does have maybe some, because he's linked to Loki. That's why he was there. Because I mean, what's his name? The crooked nose guy. What's his name?
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson. Yeah,
Morbius.
he got sent to the. He got sent to that other dimension.
Mobius.
Yeah, and he was linked to Loki. So maybe anyone who helps Loki is also transferred to that world.
Yeah.
You guys saying that TVA specifically and only for Loki really does bring up a good point, because it had nothing to do with anything else other than what he did, right? And he had access to other worlds, so that makes me think. We'll talk about that. We should talk about that at a different time.
I mean, it could mean that Loki's the key to Kang's success, and he knows that. Interesting. We better get those first Kang Loki battle, if there is one, right? Get that first Kang Loki first battle.
Here comes the spec. Here comes the spec right here. C-list villain set to go get the first Loki Kang battle. This dollar book is gonna go up to $1.27. You watch.
$200 book.
You watch $1.27 in a year and a half time. I guarantee you that.
We're already predicting all the Clone Wars saga is going to go up in value. So.
I saw that. What?
Was it so? Okay, snatch that up now, guys.
I'm not a big. I don't read Spider-Man a lot, but didn't people hate the Clone Saga?
Exactly.
Okay.
But now that's the whole point. Now it's going to be a hot book in like 5 years.
The C-list villains are saying, "Get the Clone Saga." Hold on,
that's like the first attempt at replacing Peter Parker in the universe and doing another Spider-Man not Peter Parker. So maybe that wasn't accepted. Then by the time that Miles Morales came around as the next Spider-Man, maybe people warmed up to that idea.
By the way, I like that little nod. That's the second time they kind of nodded towards Miles Morales in the MCU. Just want to
where there might be a black Spider-Man in the universe.
Black Spider-Man, I can only imagine like Logic probably would have been like thrown, I know he would have been happy about that. Rapper who's always talking about a black Spider-Man. Yeah, though, that was really nice to hear Miles. Even Tom Holland mentioned, he's like, dude, it's time for Miles. Excuse me, it's time for Miles to come into the MCU. And I agree, because even Tom Holland was like, I can't do this until I'm 30, you guys. Like, that's something's going wrong.
Yes,
but I know if they keep throwing money at him, yes, they can.
Actually, since we're talking about that,
he said that to get paid. Let's just be honest.
Okay.
And they will pay him. They'll have to pay him.
But I've also read an article that Andrew Garfield, his camp, his team has pretty much told MCU and Sony, or Marvel, Disney, and Sony that he would like to come back in some form or fashion.
But didn't he have beef though too? Wasn't there funk back in the day?
Oh,
he did. He did. That's why they didn't. That's part of the reason why they didn't do Spider-Man 3.
I think that was more on Mark Webb.
No, it was Andrew too. I remember reading articles about it.
Okay.
But I think that I don't know if maybe there's a new head at Sony.
No, it's still Aiden Pascal.
Yeah, it's still Aiden Pascal.
Even when Andrew was around?
I'd give
what I'm saying.
I'd give it less than a 1% chance that Garfield's getting another standalone.
I know, but they're already reporting, now rumors are starting to circulate around town that they should give him a third movie.
Yeah, everyone wants. I want Andrew Garfield back too. So, I think someone told me that they're going to bring him all back for Secret Wars.
Doesn't it make sense for him to come back at Secret Wars? Like towards the end of the movie. Okay, so you guys talked about towards the end of the movie how there was the tiny bit of the symbiote that was left at the bar. Remember that symbiote originally traveled from Malaysia to San Francisco by hopping between bodies. So I'm assuming that this same symbiote is going to do the same thing, but he's going to travel towards New York, jumping through bodies to look for Peter. I think that's how we're going to get at least the Secret Wars black costume right there. He's going to run into it. And I think that's Spider-Man. And I'm assuming that Spider-Man is probably going to be like the third or fourth movie before Secret Wars because it's got to lead up into it.
Wait, so that means you're saying Secret Wars is at least 7 or 8 years in the making?
They're moving these really fast, and with the pandemic, 6-7 years, I'm thinking. Okay. Realistically speaking, 6-7 years for the release. Now, supposedly, they are actively working on Spider-Man 4 now, But what could it be? Could it be, Tom Holland again? Could it be Miles? Could it be Ben Reilly?
It's going to be Tom again for sure.
Yeah, it'll be Tom for the MCU and Sony. But Sony could go off and do their own Spider-Man stuff and bring Andrew Garfield back. Because
Herbs is asking a question over there, AJ.
All right. Well, sorry, doesn't Marvel? Wait, which one? That one?
Wait, the other one. Yeah. Sorry, doesn't Marvel have Spider-Man for one solo and one cameo?
So
as of right now, actually, just before the movie was released, Herbs, they were talking that Sony and Marvel actually worked out another deal for a second trilogy. So even though that he was only set up, I think this was supposed to be his last movie under
the current contract.
Studios. Yeah, the current contract. They went ahead and rearranged it so that he's around for another trilogy.
Right.
And currently, Kevin Feige is actively working on a Spider-Man 4 movie. Now, when they say actively, working on it, it could be just a couple of writers in the writing room just getting things ready. It could be just something like that, but they are actively working on a Spider-Man 4 as we speak. We just don't know how far into development it is right now.
Which
definitely the 80s one that involved the black suit Spider-Man.
Yeah, Devin is asking, what Secret Wars are we getting? The new one or the 80s one? I would say the 80s one.
Yeah.
Not Secret Wars 2, but Secret Wars 1.
Because Secret Wars, doesn't it have to do with the Kree and the Skrulls? Isn't that what Secret Wars was about? Or is
No.
that Invasion?
That was Invasion, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Secret Wars is essentially
Monica Rambeau. I mean, Monica's in the Secret Wars, so that would be a great tie-in too.
yeah. Secret Wars 1 was essentially, who was it? The two beings pretty much decided to play a game, and they put all of them all in one world, essentially, where they kind of had a little free-for-all battle type of thing, from what I remember.
Yeah, like Conquest of Champions.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're gonna do it that way. I think it's gonna be something else.
Yeah, they'll figure some shit out. Yeah.
On Devin and Herbs, this is what I say all the time. And AJ never really agrees with me, but I'm gonna say in Feige we trust. Whatever Kevin Feige wants to do, I will listen. If you want to do a combination of the 80s, 90s, 2000 and 2010 version of a Secret Wars mixed in with the Civil War, mixed in with an Mexican American Revolutionary War, I am all about it. I trust Kevin Feige and let him do what he wants to do, because god damn it, he hasn't done us wrong yet.
Well, I was a little worried. I was honestly coming into Spider-Man pretty discouraged.
Yeah.
I mean, Shang-Chi was awesome and Black Widow was good, but they weren't like, A-tier MCU movies. Like, that was good.
Shang-Chi,
You know what I mean? I was kind of like, Spider-Man's probably going to be okay. I had my doubts.
Really? All right.
I did have my doubts too. I'm not gonna lie. I have my doubts just because I'm like, how much influence is Sony gonna have? Yes, it's been a rough year. It's been a rough pandemic. Sony has had to touch the last two movies with so much like, we need this, we need that. And you can kind of tell like this isn't something that would have been good with storytelling. This movie to me felt exactly, I think this is the first MCU feeling Spider-Man movie that we've gotten. Because all the other ones still feel like there was a lot of Sony influence. This one, it felt a lot like, all right, Sony, Kevin Feige, go play. You got free reign on anything. And he did, and they did, and they executed, and they won. This is what happens when Sony takes control of their movies and their properties. You will get hitters. Homecoming and No Way Home, those movies were okay. Like they were enjoyable, but I haven't really gone back to watch them. Far From Home, likewise. I'm going to watch over and over and over again because it hit moments that mattered. This is what happens when Marvel and Kevin Feige are in control. Sony let them do their thing.
Yep.
Loved it.
Yes. If Feige had control of Venom, the whole Venom storyline would be completely different.
Yeah, it would be different. It would be better. It would be
definitely
better.
Yeah.
That last battle, though, I mean, I want to go and talk about Andrew Garfield saving MJ. I mean, that was one of the best scenes in that movie. I thought it
was
the way he kind of like choked up.
Don't lie.
He choked up.
Yep.
He choked up, and MJ's like, "Are you okay?" And you could see the pain in his eyes because he's reliving his past mistake of allowing Gwen to die the way she did.
But it wasn't like, I mean, he did everything he could. That was like the one decision that he needed to make was web for her, try to prevent her from hitting the ground, but it just bye-bye. Goodbye.
Yeah.
And him saving MJ was his redemption. That's what he needed to do. And people who watched the trailers paid attention and they were like, that's the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man suit that saved her. And they were right. A lot of the people who paid close attention, like this was poorly executed as far as like trying to keep anything under wraps. Everyone just figured everything out left and right.
I mean, they did as best they could. I mean,
they could have done better. The
internet sleuths are good. Plus, there's leaks.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. Put it this way: it's only as good as you want it to be. Because I went and I saw every leak. I saw every photo. I watched it with a coworker who did not look up any of that stuff. He only watched the first trailer. So everything he saw, he was completely surprised. So that is our fault as viewers as far as how much we want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent you the photos of the leaks.
Yeah.
I already seen them prior,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Those-
I mean,
there was a few leaks I definitely
Yeah.
stood away from. I saw one leak, and I thought it was like terrible. I saw like some lady ordered a Spider-Man No Way Home birthday set for her kid, and then on the cover you see Andrew, you see Tom Holland, but you see an old man Toby on it, and she's like, "What the fuck, man? Like this shit's not even out yet, and this movie's already been ruined for me." But it's cool because we didn't get old man Toby, which was good because he had like a full-on salt and pepper beard on this, and I was like, "Oh, that sucks. Why did I?"
But
open
so
up the picture?"
even though we spoiled the movie on this show, you still need to watch it in order for it to experience
hit.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely watch it while it's in the theaters and watch as much as you can because there's a lot of Easter eggs there that we haven't caught yet. Definitely, it's
yeah.
I went
Worth your money.
in wanting to experience the movie and to look out for things, and be excited and be engulfed in the experience because I was at a movie theater, and that's what it was all about, to get the sound, to get it on the big picture, to get the good quality. For me, it was experiencing the movie. And I think you mentioned it, like this was the best movie experience since Endgame. I completely agree. In Endgame, this movie was okay. Let's be perfectly honest too. Marvel is doing a really good job at fan service, and they're
Oh, yeah.
executing that in such a way that it does get everyone who's been loyal and who's watched it, and they're rewarding those people who've watched the previous movies, and they're rewarding them exceptionally well with fantastic moments. Marvel's doing a good job with that, and I just hope that doesn't run out. But
Hey,
this
Devin,
movie was
it's not
total.
Mephisto. It was Agatha.
It
It's Agatha all along.
was Agatha all along.
Who's that of the all along?
But this movie was definitely fan service, just like how Endgame was fan service. But I'm not even complaining. Thank you, Marvel, for doing that because I had such a blast watching this.
Well, but fan service is like going to a pizza restaurant and getting a really good pizza. But like the last 3 Star Wars movies was like going to a pizza restaurant and they give you like chicken noodle soup
Or microwave pizza.
or like a peanut butter jelly sandwich. They're like, you're going to like this.
I
Everyone's,
wanted pizza.
everyone's got their gripes about the previous movies. Honestly, I had fun with them, but it was more eye candy. Now that I think about the plot and everything, like I hate the plot. I
It
hate
was
the
convoluted.
Yeah, well, that's a different show. We're talking about Spider-Man, but yeah, like by the end, Palpatine's really controlling stupid whatever his face is, and I was like, I hate
No,
that.
they're just mad that they got away from the source material from Dark Horse, the other written
Yes.
novels.
Everything that was there, the
Everything
legacy stuff.
completely ignored that.
Yeah. I mean, making Luke the way he is, but anyway, that AJ control the show. We're talking about Spider-Man.
Okay, yeah, we're at the final battle.
Do you guys think that okay? Do you think there's any chance that we'll actually get Toby and Andrew back?
Yes.
I hope
It'd
so.
be nice if anything, at least for Secret Wars, in one way or another.
Yeah. The one thing that I have to say is if you take out Tom Holland, right? Andrew Garfield, his story is not complete. It hasn't ended yet. Because he might have helped, but you could see that he's still going through some shit. There's still pain.
Yeah.
Right.
So
But his is relatively
his
new
story
compared to
has not
Toby,
been
too.
resolved yet.
Yeah.
No. It hasn't.
And I'd like for his story to be resolved.
Yeah. Plus the fact that they showed the Sinister Six at the end of his movie. How are you gonna leave us hanging with that?
I mean, he kind of said already he fought a rhino, and
Yeah, it's some dude in a mechanical suit.
yeah.
No, not throwing any shade on Paul Giamatti. It's just the way it was just written.
Yeah, no. It sucked because the Amazing Spider-Man movies, Andrew Garfield did a great job. Like, I have no problems with him.
Yeah, he was a good
the better.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, he was a good Spider-Man. He was an okay Peter Parker. You know, we wanted him to be a little bit more dorkier. He had a little cool little swag. That's all right. I'm not mad at that. It was just the writing of the movies. It was just the writing of those movies was garbage, and that's what happens when Sony takes control. See, we're going to start this all over.
Well, I mean, the thing
Sony
is,
did a great job with the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man up until Spider-Man 3.
yeah, that's true. I mean,
because
at that point, I think it was kind of like Sam Raimi was like, you know, from what I understand, Raimi did not want Venom. Sony forced it, so then he said, "Fuck you! I'm gonna do dance sequences and like emo Peter," and that's what happens.
Yeah, Sam Raimi had a lot of animosity towards that, and it was quite obvious. But I'm hearing rumors that Sam Raimi is being sought after for an MCU project.
Oh, he's doing.
Yeah, he's doing Doctor Strange, isn't he?
And confirm he is doing. And there we go.
I don't think that was a cheat. Piggybacking off the Spidey films, it's the buildup was there already when it comes down to like the first two Spider-Man films, but it's just nice to add the last 5 from Sony's universe.
Yeah. Devin's out here saying that he wants to see Andrew meet an Emma Stone Spider-Man. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that.
That would be a great movie.
Hey, real fast. Sam Raimi's directing Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh yeah, confirmed.
Oh, okay.
Confirmed.
I mean, in real
All right,
life,
you guys, good night.
Andrew and Emma are still good friends, even though they broke up.
Yeah, I mean, I would. They'll probably get. Well, no, I don't know. They're
Multiverse just opened up. We're gonna get Spider-Gwen eventually. That's why we're gonna get 3 more Spider-Man movies. We're gonna get Miles. We're gonna get Gwen. It's gonna happen. It's going to happen. I need a Edge of Spider-Verse 2. Someone hook me up under $300. It's okay.
I got a fifth print copy for you.
Yeah, you have to get a later print. But the Jamie Foxx foreshadowing was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah.
But I thought you were black. The whole theater died. You're from Queens. You help poor people.
I heard people like Miles. Yeah, Miles. Like I was hearing that in my movie theater. It was really fun. It was really.
I had one of my coworkers I watched it with. His theory was maybe there'll be a Miles in Andrew Garfield's universe. That's how they introduce it. Because at that point, if there is a Spidey Miles, right? Technically, he would be around a high school kid in Andrew Garfield's world.
Maybe, but Peter doesn't have. But Peter 1 doesn't have any friends anymore, so he's gonna need a friend.
You're talking about Tom Holland, Peter?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he met the Prowler or Miles's uncle, he did mention that his little nephew is the child.
But that little nephew is probably let's say he's 8 or 9 right now, right?
Okay. No. Remember, this is pre-snap when they met.
Yep. Okay, hold on. Wait, when did Far From Home come out?
2017.
Spider-Man Far From Home. How old do you think his nephew is at that time?
Homecoming.
Was it Homecoming? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Spider-Man Homecoming. Okay.
Homecoming is just right after.
How old do you think that kid is?
8
in that movie. 8. Okay, that came out in 2017. All right, and then the snap happened in 2021.
18 or 19.
2019, 8, 9, 10, 5. By the time the snap happens and everyone comes back, he's 15. Let's assume he did not. Let's assume that Miles didn't get snapped and he stayed here. He aged appropriately. So by the time everyone comes back, he is 15. Appropriate age.
Okay.
Well, and when the movie comes out, he'll be 16, 17.
Yep.
Or 17, 18. Who knows?
And look, they're already trying to construct the Young Avengers. We're already seeing it now, right? We're gonna get.
He's not a Young Avenger though.
He's a champion.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's a champion.
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 Yeah.
Actually, no, take that back. He is part of the Avengers crew.
Avengers or Young Avengers?
No,
Avengers?
Avengers. He was
Oh,
one
okay.
of the offshoot team.
All right, well, let's go into the multiverse
final battle?
of Madness. Well, we've already talked about the final battle. I mean,
You,
is
you
there-
only mentioned where Andrew Garfield rescues MJ. You never talked about how Doc Ock saved the day by helping out the 3 Spider-Man catch the Green Goblin. We didn't talk about Tom Holland kicking the Green Goblin's ass, like punching the shit out of him
oh
at
yeah,
the
that's
end.
right.
And then,
Oh, hey, one thing I did realize I noticed was that and it's not, I'm gonna watch it again, but a lot of the fight was a little too fast. Like I couldn't really tell what the Spider guys are doing.
It was
Yeah.
very fast.
Some of
Yeah.
it was pretty fast. I agree.
I wish
It
they
was
would have
just a
slowed
scramble.
down scenes when they were all swinging together at one point, you know. But yeah, well,
I mean, they
go
all-
ahead,
they
Red.
all- They all posted, not posted, but like propped up where their weapons where they needed them to be in order to get the Lizard, Sandman, and Green Goblin, you know, with all their injections somewhere around the Statue of Liberty. So it was pretty much a team effort where, you know, they corner one villain and then the other guys will come back and get the shot for him and then throw it to the next guy. Right, that was like the whole sequence over and over again.
Right.
Okay.
But at the end, where I guess where they finished up with the Sandman and the Lizard, you had Tom Holland chasing after Green Goblin, and you know that whole fight ensues and ends up like on pretty much on where the shield had landed after it fell off from the Statue of Liberty, and then Tom Holland beats the shit out of Green Goblin, and then he's taking it like a champ. Like he was laughing, like this is what I really wanted. You know, what he really wanted was to get Peter mad and to get him to flip. Like I don't know,
A
the
la
reason
Joker
why.
and Batman, right?
A la Joker and Batman, yeah. And then the only person to stop him was Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, and to remind him, like, you know, that shit, you know, getting revenge does not help you get over the fact that this person died.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
You know, it takes a while. You still probably won't even get over it. But
Hold
you
on, real
have to
fast.
adjust.
Real fast, though. Just real fast. Did you guys talk about Matt Murdock yet?
No, we missed it.
Okay.
No, we missed it. Yeah.
Continue. Yeah, the fact that it was Toby that stopped him, I felt like that was really dramatic, really important, right? The rage. He stopped him because he was the only one that actually fulfilled the act of getting revenge, and it just didn't change anything. And it was him. It was fitting that it was Toby who stopped Tom Holland, Peter One, from actually executing Green Goblin, you know, and that there was hope, that Peter One was right. There is a cure. You can do it. And Toby gave him that hope, which was really fitting. I really enjoyed that scene. It was really touching. This movie had a lot of touching scenes for sure.
Do you guys
but
think
you
that?
also get stabbed.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Were you guys thinking that when he got stabbed that he was gonna die?
Yeah.
For a
I thought so, too.
split second. For a split second, I did. And I was like, well, wait a minute. Doesn't he have like pretty good regenerative abilities too?
Totally. Yeah. I thought
Okay.
they were going to kill him off for a second.
Yeah, I thought that was fatal.
Yeah.
The look on his face when he got stabbed looked like it was fatal.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it was supposed to be fatal, but they reshot it.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
That's an interesting take.
I had a feeling that that he was supposed to die, but I think Sony was like, you know what, we're not going to do that. We want to keep this just in case.
Yeah, it was a good call though. It was a good call.
I
And
like
then
the
when they disappeared on the shield, man, that was crazy.
I like how Flash Thompson's Indian.
Okay, I don't like the character in this iteration. He's way too annoying.
I
He's
hate him.
supposed to
I
be
hate him.
annoying.
Yeah.
But it's like, is that the Flash Thompson?
And I'm used to Flash Thompson being like the big bully, the big alpha male bully, and they made him into like this millennial asshole, whatever he is.
Yeah, but Flash Thompson's supposed to be anti-Venom. I cannot see this Flash be anti-Venom.
I can't see it being anti-Venom
Yeah,
at all.
there's
I don't
a
see him
variant.
going into
There's-
the military and getting
Remember,
any
there's
kind of
variants
military.
on the old universes, so maybe.
No, I mean maybe Flash Thompson doesn't become anti-Venom, and Kevin Feige says, "I want somebody else to become."
Yeah, maybe they'll bring McGuire a la Joe Manganiello, whatever his name is.
yeah,
Joe
yeah,
Manganiello or whatever, right? He could be anti-Venom.
Yes, yeah, he can, or he can just be Deathstroke. Oh wait,
wrong.
Wrong world. Yeah.
Manganiello. Oh, Manganiello. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to, I guess, Multiverse of Madness, right?
Well,
Let's talk about that trailer.
Well, so again, that means that was like the second trailer, but the first trailer, the post credits trailer was
Venom. You guys
Venom.
talked about Venom, and you guys did. You talked about Venom, but you guys didn't talk about Matt Murdock. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, but I think that Matt Murdock, we're gonna wait on that until we see the next or the last Hawkeye, because that should play in.
How did your guys' movie theater react when you guys saw Matt Murdock?
There was a good cheer.
Yeah, it was a good cheer. And
I
then
had a really good cheer.
the when he caught the brick
brick?
or whatever
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
We had a really good. Well, however, what bothered me about that scene, I need to talk about this, and I need someone on my side with this. What bothered me about that scene, he blinked a lot.
Wasn't he wearing glasses?
You can still see through the glasses. He was blinking, and I was like, "That you stop that, Matt." In the movie, in the show,
Stop
you
paying
didn't blink
attention
so
too
much.
closely.
He
Yeah,
blinked
man.
a lot.
All
man.
right. That's
Just wanted to throw that out. Okay, that's why
He had dry eyes.
we're dry.
no. Okay, you know what? Since we're on the subject of Matt Murdock, I thought that they were gonna throw some sort of meta reference because Jon Favreau was the sidekick to the Ben Affleck
Right.
Daredevil, and I really thought they were gonna go meta somewhere where like he was gonna say, "You remind me of my partner," blah blah blah, and then Jon Favreau would say, "Huh, I'd like to meet this guy one day," you know. But they didn't do that
Wait, Jon Favreau was Foggy in the original movie?
in the Daredevil movie. Yeah,
Yeah, but they also didn't do that with Benedict Cumberbatch and
Tony Stark.
yeah, RDJ as like, you know, them
The
playing
two Sherlock
Holmes.
Yeah.
That would have been great synergy, but then also different I guess properties.
yeah.
That would have been funny though. That would have been funny.
But yeah, I was waiting for some sort of meta joke, but they didn't do that. So
No, we got it with the 3-pointing Spider-Man. That's good
Yeah.
enough right there.
I think that was perfect. Hey, wait, who are you talking to? That's perfect.
all right.
Multiverse of Matt, I do apologize for stealing the show
Yeah,
away
well,
from
well-
you. AJ, go ahead, continue.
It's all right. No. Well, that's again the Venom post-credit scenes. He leaves a piece of snot behind, and Venom goes back to his universe, and then
They
just left
they
that snot.
literally used the Carnage movie, the Venom movie ending just to leave that symbiote. That's the only reason why they brought Tom Hardy in.
Exactly.
That was the only reason. They're not going to use him. He's not going to be part of the MCU. They literally just use him so that he can drop off a piece of the symbiote. That's crazy.
Yes.
It worked
I
out.
really-
It was silly. It was
I
silly.
really hope that they would use him in the MCU at some point, but who knows, right? But yeah, let's go on. Last point of the movie, Multiverse of Madness. We see the evil Doctor Strange. Is that the what if Doctor Strange?
I think
It
so.
Seems like it, yeah. Because they mentioned that that there is going to be a main character from What If that's going to show up in Multiverse of Madness, and it makes total sense that it's that version of Doctor Strange.
Yeah. And then there's a scene where we see Doctor Strange, and then behind him is two women. One of them is America Chavez. I can't tell who the other one is. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Superior Strange. Thank you, Devin. I was trying to figure out what it was called.
No, all I saw was Scarlet Witch. I don't remember seeing.
Okay.
American
Well, they had
Chavez.
America Chavez in there too.
Oh, it's
So-
Christine Palmer. That's his girlfriend.
All
Doctor
right,
Strange's
yeah.
girlfriend?
Yeah,
Doctor
that's
Strange's girlfriend. Yeah, Christine Palmer, Rachel McAdams.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, we're gonna get America Chavez in this.
Yeah.
Xochitl Gomez.
I just said that.
Who's not paying attention?
No. Meaning, I repeated it because I didn't know we were getting America Chavez like so soon in the MCU. For some reason, I was thinking that she was gonna come out later on, like with Ms. Marvel or like in a TV show. I didn't think
Yeah,
that they were gonna.
she's been in the Doctor Strange thing for a while now. I think people have been talking about it.
Yeah.
So are we done introducing the tier 1 heroes, or I know we still have Fantastic Four, the X-Men,
Doctor Doom.
And-
Yeah.
yeah.
Doom?
I think I'm still waiting for the multiverse, and I'm thinking that it's the multiverse that's going to introduce the X-Men. Supposedly, rumor has it. Do not take my word for this, but rumor has it. Multiverse of Madness is going to finally, in one way or another, introduce the X-Men to us.
God, I hope so.
Yeah.
Because as much as I love the Avengers, they don't hold a candle.
Yeah.
for me
Let's
to
be
the
real. Let's be real. X-Men over Avengers all day, right? I mean,
Oh,
let's
In the comics.
Hey,
Yeah, in the comics, yeah. But let's talk about the movies. I mean, like the movies, the X-Men movies versus what the Avengers movies have done. Like it's all about the Avengers right now. Now, can Feige and Marvel capture that same magic for X-Men? And how are they going to do it in a world that's getting so crowded? The only true way to be able to do it is to have them separate in separate worlds. Otherwise, we're going to be too crowded. There's going to be too many people in fucking New York. Everything happens in New York. There's other cities around the nation. Attack those.
let's
We
go.
only have like San Francisco for a small bit. We only have the Bay
yeah,
Area
West
for-
Coast Avengers.
Yeah, West Coast Avengers.
So we're gonna need a way to expand the world and the universe without making it overcrowded. And I think the only way for it to make sense is to keep the X-Men world completely separate from the Avenger world. And when a world-ending event happens, then bring them together, because now we have gates and portals open that can slip people in and out. That's really the only way.
That would probably make the most sense.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do. Okay. You know what? Before, you know what? We jumped ahead. I wanted to talk about the very last scene with the new, not new, but old Spider-Man outfit. I am digging it. I'm digging that Spider-Man outfit that they.
The one he sewed.
Yeah.
What he sewed. Yeah, the
Yeah.
royal blue and the blood
It
red.
made me so happy because no more Stark Tech.
Yeah. But that's like
that was important. You mentioned that earlier, Luke, where watching him be Spider-Man in Stark Tech just wasn't fun. And you're right. We need to see him more vulnerable. He needs
that outfit is like, it's as close to like the old school outfit that we've seen as kids, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It
So
was
I mean,
perfect.
I hope that he wears that outfit for a long time. He keeps that.
just the
that
fact
color.
that it's the classic red and blues too. It's
Yeah.
not black and red. It's not Stark Tech. It's not the Iron Spider. It's legit old school. Hey, look, if Peter 2 and Peter 3 can have, suits without anything in it, why can't I, And then on
Yeah.
top of that, who's really going to do the maintenance on nanotech anyway? He can't do it. He's not smart enough. So
No.
it's time for him to move on and rock an OG suit.
Now I may hate it later on as I'm watching it because it's not real world practical, a la Captain America outfit, but I'm willing to give this one a chance.
Well, you don't like the original. You don't like the Avenger blue Captain
Sure.
America outfit. By the way, that's his favorite outfit. You guys, just pay attention. Go back and look at the other.
Hated it.
America's ass.
Is America's ass.
Overall, though, what are we giving this out of a comic grading scale? What are we gonna give the movie? Red?
No grade.
Wait, you're not giving Spider-Man No Way Home a grade?
No grade.
Kick him out. Kick him out. Kick
No,
him out.
I'm kidding. I'm gonna say 9.8 for me.
9.8. All right.
Yeah.
Luke.
Oh, solid 9.8.
9.8. E-Man.
We give it a 9.2.
What?
No, just kidding. Just kidding. 9.8. Fucking for sure, it's a 9.8. This was 9.8 for me, just because of all the feels. Because it did bring back a lot of good memories, and they did it right. They didn't overdo it. They did it just right.
I'm giving it a 10. I'm giving it.
Wow.
Came right out of the press, straight to grading. 10.
Wow,
Yeah.
AJ was impressed. Okay, look, I'm telling you, this
I'm
guy
giving
is
it a 10.
hard to impress, and for this movie to impress him impresses me, and I'm impressed that he's impressed. Wow,
It's all about, for me. It's all about.
10.
It's
Perfect.
It's all about Garfield, and he stole the show, and yeah, I've always thought that he's been the best Spider-Man, and I think it kind of lived up to that. I don't know if you heard, E-Man, but I was saying earlier, and someone else pointed out to me, when they're first introduced, you see Garfield in the Spider-Man outfit, and you see Toby in the Peter Parker outfit, kind of going with everyone's
Opinions.
majority thoughts, where everyone has said Toby was a better Peter Parker, but Garfield was a better Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, that's right. That makes so much sense. That makes a lot of sense, and they did that really good too.
Yeah.
You didn't really talk about another scene where they were doing the battle there in the statue, and all three of them jump in the air and they all land. Wow, wow, wow! Superhero pose.
Yeah.
That was badass.
It was.
That was badass.
Yeah.
All they were missing was Black Widow doing the same thing.
Poser.
Yeah, I mean, when you really think about it, Black Widow is underrated. She does the same thing without powers. So
She does.
Yeah, no powers. I mean, come on.
I like how Yelena does it once. She's like, nope, can't do this. Nope. I honestly I don't think she's the best looking young woman out there, but I think she does
Wow.
Yelena really well.
Wow.
Like
Yelena,
Yelena.
what?
Yeah,
What?
oh yeah.
You not pretty beautiful? What?
No, I don't think. Oh, look, I've just offended the Luke. Look wise, I'm like, she's all right. She's all right, but I do like her portrayal of Yelena. I don't know who she is.
I'm caught up. I'm finally caught up on Hawkeye. I love the fact that she's like, "What are you doing, Kate?" Just always Kate Bishop, just saying the full name.
Dude, she is a 10. Are you kidding me?
Nah,
That actress
she's
is a
alright.
10.
She's okay. I think it's the voice.
I think that they're gonna go away from that accent in the near future.
I hope
Yeah,
not.
the accent's bugging me, but
No,
Yeah.
she needs to hold on to it because
because they did it with Scarlet Witch.
yeah, Scarlet Witch. No, hold on, wait. Her accent came back, left again, kind of came back again. So, okay, I like it, but I like how she has the original Sokovian accent. I hope that Yelena keeps her accent. I really
Wait. Sokovian? I thought they were Russian.
No, I'm talking about Wanda.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth
Okay.
Olsen. I like how she kind of holds on to the accent here and there, for whatever reason. I don't want Yelena to lose her accent.
Well, she does have the accent in the Werewolf. In the Hex, it was totally gone.
Yeah, but that was in the Hex. That's
In
her
the Hex,
world.
yeah.
Let her do what she wants. She wants to sound like a white American. Let her do it. It's her world, squirrel. Don't fuck with her.
Miss So is saying Florence Pugh is a babe. Herbs did want to ask us hottest, best Spider-Man girlfriend.
Gwen.
So you're saying Emma
Stone.
what's her name?
No,
Emma Stone?
the Gwen, but Spider-Man 3 Gwen.
Spider-Man 3 Gwen. Which
Oh,
actress
but
was that?
That wasn't his girlfriend, was she?
But she was another love interest.
I can't remember who she was.
Hold on.
He's looking it up.
Wait, Bryce Dallas Howard was Gwen
Exactly.
Stacy?
Mm-hmm. Bryce Dallas Howard.
Ooh, I like her. I know she's kind of weird looking, but I like her.
And she also directed one of the Mandalorian episodes.
She also directed, or she was also in the Jurassic World movies. Oh,
Yeah,
Bryce Dallas
yeah.
Howard was Gwen Stacy. I can't see her pulling off Spider Gwen, but I can see Emma Stone pulling off Spider Gwen.
Who didn't they introduce
She's all
Felicia
right.
Hardy in one of the movies too? I thought they did.
You got me. I don't know.
Let's see. Hold on. The Amazing Spider-Man 2? Was she in there?
I don't
Amazing
remember Black
Spider-Man
Cat. Oh,
2.
nothing.
Felicity Jones portrays Felicia Hardy. Norman's assistant in Oscorp. And I like Felicity Jones too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. I remember that now.
Okay. I'm down for
But
that.
no.
I'm down
Oh,
for
you
that.
know what?
Part.
She kind of kicks ass though. I think she's too old to play a Black Cat though. I think she's a little too old to play Black Cat.
Okay.
Yeah, Devin. She was from Rogue One. Gotcha. this is still a bunch of posers. Oh man. But yeah, 9.8. I give it a 9.8, AJ.
All right. I think we're all giving this movie a high grade. I think that's all we've got. We've covered everything for this movie, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
I think we did. I mean, there's stuff that we could talk about from Key Collector with how they spoil it for everybody else, and but knowing which books needed to get hot after the movie, that I had to list it down. But otherwise, there's nothing else.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you know when we come on. And make sure you tell all your friends about the show.
Say hi.
This is possibly hi.
So that's Uncle Red. That's Uncle AJ. That's Uncle Luke. He's cool. He's cooler than Uncle AJ and Uncle Red.
Thanks.
No, we love them all. We love them all. We love them all.
And thank you for staying on the show all night, Miss So.
All
It is
night long. All
All
night.
All night.
Which group was that? I
All
can't remember. Was
night.
that DeBarge?
No,
Wasn't that cool in the game?
no, that's
No. Oh, okay. It was Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie. Oh man, dude, Fro would be super disappointed in us for not knowing. Good night, you guys. I love you too.
Suck.
All right. Well, this could possibly be the last one for this year. It is coming up. Probably won't do one this Thursday because of
You know why?
Christmas.
You know why? You know why we're not doing nothing this Thursday? I'll tell you why. Thursday is December 23rd. It's Christmas Eve. That's
Oh wait, I'm not. What
this
is it?
guy's birthday.
Oh, okay.
So I'm celebrating hard with eggnog and oatmeal all day. Woo!
Well, happy early birthday to you, E-Man. Yeah, I just remembered I'm watching Spider-Man that night, so
Oh,
we
right
won't be
on.
recording. Yeah.
No,
We may take.
though?
What was that?
Our I guess our pre-picks for the comic book awards.
Yeah, we're not doing it this year.
This pandemic kind of messed a lot of things up, So
All right.
we
So
couldn't
no,
focus.
sorry guys, no comic book
Big
awards.
shout out though to Brian LCS who did like a comic book community award. Big shout out to him. Just want to throw that out because he was recognized in the comic book community. So
All right, shout out to him. Thank you, sir. Maybe we'll do an episode next week, but it is also holiday time, so we'll see. Maybe we could do a quick one on Monday to round up Hawkeye review, depending on everyone's schedule.
Yeah, let's do that.
yeah.
Count me in.
or we
Okay,
could do like a
all right.
special Wednesday episode. Well, it's up to you, AJ. Sure, shows.
But yeah,
I miss you guys. I miss everyone. I'm sorry.
Thanks for showing up, poser.
Thank you, big guy. I love you.
hey, Red was good. He only had one X-rated joke. It was midway through, and I had to tell him to calm it down a little bit. He's been
I
good.
heard.
Nelson, egg me on.
I was watching-
Egg me on.
I was watching the show on the way from Lathrop. I said, I was watching it.
Oh,
I was like, oh, come on, Red. Good thing that Eris had her earphones on at the time. Immediately, I looked over. She was over there, dance along. To her music. Oh, thank God. You don't know who's listening, Red. There's kids listening once in a while.
Spider-Man, no one's home. Watch that.
Don't watch
or-
that. Don't
or-
watch that.
Coming home.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right, guys. So thank you for tuning in. Follow us on IG. I am AJ the Comic Collector. You can follow C-List Villainous Red, C-List E-Man, and Luke Weeks. Again, go to Luke's Facebook group, RKFA Comics, and go to his website, rkfacomics.com, and follow our two C-List Villains IG, C-List Villains, and the C-List Villains podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in for our extra special episode, and we'll probably see you guys next week. Peace out.
Laters.
Night, guys.
Thanks again for listening to another episode of the C-List Villains podcast, your cultivators of the comic culture. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and email us at clistvillains@gmail.com. You can also leave us a voicemail or text us at 209-975-7597. Be sure to join Luke Week's Facebook group, Rare Keys and First Appearance Comics. And you can follow us on our two Instagram accounts, C-List Villains and C-List Villains Podcast. Lastly, follow the villains on their separate IG accounts, at Luke Weeks, at C-List Villainous Red, at C-List E-Man, and I am at AJ the Comic Collector. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you all next episode.